YouTube, what's good, man? It's your boy Darren, the BowTie Fragrance Guy on the channel where we talk about fragrances. Of course, I like to throw in some style and grooming tips. I think that's one of the things that kind of differentiates my channel from other channels that talk about fragrances. I like to give you guys a little bit more than just fragrances because honestly, as a collective, if you're going to smell good, you need to look your best as well. And that goes beyond just smelling great, man. How well you're groomed, and your haircut. Again, making sure your nails are at least trimmed. Like I always say, you don't have to go to a salon, but clip them yourselves and make sure they're clean and nicely manicured in the whole nine. Taking care of your skin, all those good things. I like to throw in some grooming and style tips. So anyway, if you're into that, make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting the bell icon as well. So anytime a new video is uploaded on the channel, you get notified. All right, guys, on today's video, we're going to be going back to another video in the series, The Only 5 Fragrances a Man Needs for the Rest of His Life. If you're new to this channel, or if you, of course, are new and have not seen the other videos, what I do with this particular series is I take one particular brand and I give you guys the top 5 fragrances from that particular brand. I appreciate you guys' support on the other videos that I have uploaded already in this particular series. If you have not seen those, make sure you go to my channel. There's actually a playlist that I'm going to create with all the fragrances from this series in that playlist so you can check them all out. But I think it's a very good thing to do. I like to do these kind of comprehensive lists where if you're into a particular brand and you vibe with my style of fragrances and fragrances that I generally tend to like and recommend, then it gives you like, okay, if I'm looking at this particular house, these are the 5 that BowTie likes. These are the 5 of his favorites. So anyway, I think it's really fun and a neat idea. So today we're going to be talking about the brand of Mancera. And one of the things I really love about this brand, they're niche, but they are very entry level as it pertains to the price. Now, the fragrances are very, very good, but just from the standpoint of the full retail, I think these fragrances retail for 180 bucks, but you can also find them a lot of times at discounters for between that $70 to $100 range. So very good, entry level niche brand. And I have 5 of the best, in my opinion, that I've smelled and I have in my collection from the brand of Mancera. So I'm gonna run the intro, and when we come back, we'll get into it. If you want to see what's on the list, the only 5 fragrances a man will need for the rest of his life from the brand of Mancera. You know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're going to jump right into it. Really quickly, if you don't have my ebook, The Gentleman's Blueprint, do yourself a favor and get it. If you consider yourself to be a modern day gentleman, or you are in the process of becoming a modern day gentleman in today's society, I think it is a very good read, and it has some very valuable information and insights in the ebook. So make sure you click on the link down below and support me and support the channel and pick up your copy of The Gentleman's Blueprint. It's only $9.99. All right, guys, the first fragrance, I actually am doing something a little bit different I haven't done in the other videos, houses from this series. I'm going to have a quick honorable mention. The only reason this was on the outskirts of the top 5 is because I haven't had it as long and I'm still experimenting with it, but it is really, really good and eventually could replace one of these 5. So I just want to mention this one really quickly. Allure Cafe. My gosh, this is an absolute banger of a fragrance. This is coffee, vanilla, brown sugar, and amaretto. But honestly, this is definitely one of the top 3 coffee fragrances in my entire collection. This is really, really good. But again, I haven't had as much time to spend with this one. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time, but this is one to keep your eye on from the brand of Mancera. It is phenomenal. Check this one out. It's called Allure Cafe. Just a quick honorable mention. Now let's jump into the top 5. This first fragrance for me is one that just speaks to me. It is the type of scent profile that I like. You probably will not find this fragrance on anybody else's top 5 if they were to do a list on Mancera. but because to me it gives off these gentleman, almost fougere vibes. That's why I love it so much. This one is called Lemon Lime. Lemon Lime. Love this stuff, man. What you're gonna get here primarily is lemon, lavender, geranium, oat moss, and white musk. Oh boy, this is really good. This is really good. It almost smells like there's some ginger in here. Very fresh, uplifting vibe that you kind of get from this. That's why I say it kind of smells like ginger is in here. It might be, but you get that. You get lemon, again, lavender. So again, it does have an oat moss, so it does have fougere type qualities to it. And you guys know I always talk about this. I wear suits a lot, and there is nothing that pairs better with a suit than a fougere or a chypre. And because they're very, very traditionally masculine scent profiles. And this definitely, like I said, gives fougere kind of vibe because of that lavender and oak moss combination. But it is so fresh and citrusy up top, which is something that I love because of that freshness and those citrus aspects to it is something that I really, really enjoy. And then it gets very clean. So it is very clean as well. That's why I listed white musk as one of the primary notes. This is just a very fresh, clean, sophisticated, gentlemanly fragrance, and I love those kind of scent profiles. You'll find that citrus aromatics sometimes have fougere type qualities to them, and this is one of those fragrances. I absolutely love it. It's one that I highly recommend. That's why it's in my top 5. I love this stuff. This is called Lemon Lime. All right, guys, this next fragrance just may be my favorite from the entire house. I don't have enough good words to describe how much I enjoy this fragrance and how good it is and how creative it was. But this one is called Tonka Cola. Tonka Cola, man, fantastic. You have a cherry and this Coca-Cola accord with cinnamon, of course, tonka bean, and benzoin. Wow. Wow. Again, cherry cola. Think about cherry cola, tonka bean, on the dry down, and that's really what this fragrance is. There's this fizziness to this fragrance. So again, it's probably some ginger in this fragrance as well, because ginger tends to give that fizzy nuance to this fragrance. So I'm pretty sure there's some ginger in here as well. But like I said, it's all about that Coca-Cola accord with the cherry, so it smells like a cherry cola. And then on the dry down, the tonka bean, and then the benzoin gives this nice sweet vanilla kind of scent to this profile. It is just fantastic. Like I said, this might be my favorite from the entire house. Wow. That is all I can say when I smell this. Wow. I give it so much points for creativity in the whole nine, but it is definitely a fragrance that speaks to me. I love this stuff from Mancera. Like I said, this could be my favorite in the entire house, Tonka Cola. All right, guys, this next fragrance up is the fragrance from the brand that I think is just probably the best fragrance from the entire house for the summertime. And this one is called Sicily. Sicily. What you get with this fragrance pretty much, guys, is this melange of citrus and fruit notes up top. Peach, pineapple, orange, mandarin orange, apple, all enveloped by a beautiful, clean note of white musk. That's really what this fragrance is in a nutshell. So again, imagine a fruit basket, and you have all those fruits that I listed: apple, peach, mandarin oranges. You have all those fragrances in a basket, and then you have this very clean note of white musk that just works perfectly in perfect harmony and cohesion with those fruit and citrus accords up top. It is just the perfect fragrance for the summer, seriously. And that's why I have it on the list. I absolutely love this stuff, man. It had to be in the top 5 for me. This one, again, is called Sicily. All right, guys, and next up, I said that Tonka Cola was probably my favorite from the entire house. I said probably because I go back and forth between that and this fragrance, which honestly, this is probably the most popular from the entire house. Of course, I could not have a list without Sidra Pise. This was my introduction to this brand. It is probably most people's introduction to the brand. Lemon, blackcurrant, patchouli, leather, and sandalwood are some of the main notes. This This fragrance became so popular because a lot of people compared it to Aventus when it first came out. And while I do see the similarities, obviously there's, as I read off the notes, those of you, which are probably all of you at this point, know about Creed Aventus and the notes in Creed Aventus. So there are a lot of similarities here. But I've always said the major differentiator here is the leather note here. The leather note in here really just kind of gives this fragrance its own DNA. Again, there's no pineapple here, but it's more of a lemon kind of citrus accord up top versus pineapple, which is a little bit more bitter than sweet. So you have that, again, you have the leather in here, but it is a phenomenal fragrance. This is one of those fragrances that gets a lot of compliments, not surprised because of the scent profile and the way it's constructed, but it is probably the best signature scent from the entire range. And that's why this one is on the list. It's phenomenal, man. I highly recommend any gentleman add this to his collection, seriously. This one is called Sidra Pise. And last but not least, this is probably the second most popular fragrance from this brand, but I had to give it its props because I do think it is one of the top 5 from my collection from that house. And this one is Red Tobacco. Red Tobacco, nice fragrance, man. Cinnamon, oud, nutmeg, saffron, tobacco, and patchouli. Wow. When this first came out, I thought it was a little bit too loud for my taste. But over time, it really grew on me. And I really appreciate this fragrance for what it is. Obviously, a lot of you guys know about Triumph Bacchus from Argos, which smells very similar to this. Although Triumph Bacchus is a little bit more fruity up top than this and not as loud, a little bit more, I would say, subdued, a little bit more of a tailored kind of scent profile, if you will. But this is really, really, really good, especially, again, with Mancera. Although what you're going to pay for a lot of these fragrances, the cost proposition is really, really good with fragrances from this brand. And this one, although an EDP concentration, performs almost like an extrait de parfum. Seriously, it projects, it performs, and it is really, really, really good. The originator of this scent profile. So check it out from the brand of Mancera. Red Tobacco. It's really good. But that is it, guys. That was my time. I hope you enjoyed this video today. I gave you the only 5 fragrances a man will need for the rest of his life from the brand of Mancera. What did you guys think about the list? What are some fragrances you have from the brand, or that would be in your top 5? I would love to hear from you guys down in the comment section. Now, as always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and attention to these videos. You don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you're sharing these out to some other folks that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren. I'm the BowTie fragrance guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.